Our first step in this project is importing necessary libraries. Libraries play a crucial role in enhancing our code's functionality and efficiency. A Python library is a collection of pre-written code modules, or you can say a set of pre-written code that offers a wide range of functions and tools to perform specific tasks. Loading the necessary libraries is of utmost importance as it provides us access to predefined functionalities without having to write all the code from scratch. Thereby, it promotes code reusability, which means you can reuse the code across different projects and scenarios. Also, the code that has been written in these libraries are most often reliable and tested and follow standard and best practices while writing Python codes. By making use of these libraries, we can solve many problems efficiently. Also, these libraries helps to bridge the knowledge gap. That is, it allows users with varying levels of expertise to leverage advanced functionalities without having an in-depth understanding of the underlying algorithms. So now that we know that importing libraries is so important, let us come to the code. First off, we are importing the pandas library as PD. Pandas is a very powerful Python library that is widely used for data manipulation and analysis. It provides data structures and functions that allow efficient handling and processing of structured data. So in this project, we are going to use this library mainly to store the data and for data manipulation. Also, you must be wondering about the use of this as keyword here. This as keyword allows us to give a shorter name or an alias to the imported module or library. For example, in this case, we have imported the pandas library as PD, which means that we will be referencing the pandas library later on in the project as PD. Therefore, later on in the project, wherever you will be encountering the keyword PD, it will be actually referencing to the pandas library. Moreover, please note that the choice of keyword here, or I should say the choice of the shorter name, is arbitrary. That is, it is not mandatory to use the keyword PD to represent the pandas library. You could have used any keyword here, for example ABC or XYZ as per your liking to be the shorter name. The only thing that needs to be taken into account is the rules and regulations to write keywords in Python programming language. Afterwards, you can see that we are importing a lot of classes and functions from the scikit-learn library. Now, scikit-learn library, which is also being referred to as the sklearn library, is another powerhouse of a library for machine learning and data analysis specifically. It provides a comprehensive suite of tools and algorithms for various tasks such as classification, regression, clustering, and so on. In this project, we are going to utilize its functions that will help us to implement classification. So let us come to the code and discuss it line by line. Here in the first line of code, you can see that from the model selection module of the scikit-learn library, we are importing the train test split function. This function will help us to divide a data set into training and testing sets. This way, we can train our model on one subset and test them on another, ensuring their real-world performance. In the next line, from the pre-processing module of the scikit-learn library, we are importing the standard scalar class, which will allow us to scale our numerical features. It might sound complex, but it's crucial. We will discuss it later. In the next line of code, from the tree module of the scikit-learn library, we are importing the decision tree classifier. This is also a class which will help us to implement the decision tree algorithm for classification. Now, here you must be wondering that I have referenced these two keywords as class and I called this keyword as a function. That is because of the nomenclature that they are following. Here you can see that underscore is being used between the words. This kind of naming convention is used to represent functions in Python language. And here you can see this kind of nomenclature, or I should say the naming, is used to represent classes in Python. So that is how we are able to distinguish between classes and functions. Coming to the next line of code, you can see that we are importing quite a lot of functions here. These functions will help us in evaluating the performance of our trained model. So, from the metrics module of the scikit-learn library, we are importing the accuracy score, precision score, recall score and confusion matrix functions, and the name is self-explanatory. After this, we are importing two libraries for the purpose of visualization. Let us come to this code. You can see that here we are importing the pyplot module from the matplotlib library as PLT. Again, PLT is an alias for the pyplot module that we are importing. Matplotlib is a widely used Python library for creating high quality visualizations and plots. It provides a flexible and powerful interface for generating a wide range of charts, graphs, histograms, scatter plots, and more. So this is a very powerful library that will help us in visualization. Lastly, we are importing the Seaborn library. This is another Python library dedicated for visualization, and it is built on top of matplotlib, and that's why it works seamlessly with the matplotlib library in order to create visually appealing and informative statistical graphics. It also provides a high-level interface for generating wide range of statistical plots such as scatter plots, bar plots, and etc. And also it helps us to enhance the graphs made using matplotlib library. So now we have imported all the necessary functions and algorithms that we will be requiring in this project. You can think loading the libraries like opening doors to powerful tools that we will use to manipulate data and perform classification. So now that we are equipped with our tools, we are ready to begin our adventure, that is classification of iris flowers.